Good morning. I'm Elizabeth Stanny, Chair of the Faculty, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Sonoma State University's 45th Annual Commencement. Would the banner carriers please place the heraldic banners in their stands? Now, would everyone please be seated? It is my great pleasure to introduce SSU music student Liam Robertson to perform America the Beautiful. Thank you, Liam, for opening today's commencement ceremony so beautifully. It is now my pleasure to introduce the president of Sonoma State University, Dr. Ruben Armañana.
Good morning. I'm pleased to add my welcome to that given by Professor Stanny on behalf of the faculty and staff of Sonoma State University, many of whom are present in this beautiful morning to share in your celebration. One of the principal job of a president is to ensure that it does not rain on commencement day. I have earned my salary this year. This year's graduates number approximately 2,100. About 900 are participating in this ceremony for the School of Science and Technology, and the School of Social Sciences. A light number will participate in the ceremony this afternoon for the School of Arts and Humanities, School of Business and Economics, and the School of Education. They will cheer later. You will be joining the more than 48,000 students who have completed a master's or a bachelor's degree at Sonoma State University since our first commencement in 1962. You come from many states and many countries, which are represented by the various flags that you see flying behind me, although the majority of you are from California. Today you celebrate an achievement in common, the award of a master's or a bachelor's degree. To all of you, graduates of 2006, welcome to your commencement. We also welcome the family and friends of our graduates. You all share in the happiness and pride of our graduates on this great occasion because each one of you has played a part in their success. I would like to take a moment as we begin this commencement ceremony to invite the graduates to stand and acknowledge their parents and grandparents, children, spouses, significant others, brothers and sisters and friends for their help and support. We're pleased to have on our platform party today several distinguished guests. Dr. Gary Richard, who has been Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Academic Officer of the California State University since January of this year. Therefore, he's a freshman, but he's attending his first commencement in this position. We're honored that he could join us this morning. Ms. Gail Carson, a well-known and respected member of the Sonoma County community. Ms. Carson is also a member of the President's Advisory Board, and we are delighted that she could be with us today. Gail? Another respected member of the community and member of the President's Advisory Board is Mr. Carlos Tamayo, and we are pleased that he could join us today. Carlos? The Alumni Association, which forms one of our graduates' most important links with their alma mater, is represented by the President of the Alumni Association, Ms. Barbara Thorson. Barbara? And we encourage all of you to join. Representing the students of Sonoma State University is a young man with whom I have the great pleasure of working this past year in his position as President of the Associated Students, and I will do so again next year because he got reelected, Mr. Nadir Bisanji. Nadir. I would like to acknowledge the other university officials in the platform party who are here today to honor our graduates. You will find their names and titles on page 13 of your commencement program. I would also like to acknowledge our distinguished faculty who are here today to participate in this very important ceremony. The names of our faculty can be found starting on page 48 of your program. Finally, please join me in recognizing the almost 500 members of Sonoma State University staff whose dedication and hard work have made this ceremony possible, and to thank them. I would like now to invite Executive Vice Chancellor Gary Richard to greet our graduates on behalf of the California State University.
Thank you, President Armiñana, and good morning. It's a great honor to share this special day with the newest graduates of Sonoma State University. Families, you deserve to cheer. Families and friends of the graduates, and the faculty and staff of this great institution, I'm delighted to bring you greetings and congratulations on behalf of the California State University. Graduates, you represent the best hopes of the state of California. This spring, more than 80,000 freshly minted CSU graduates will be moving from their alma maters to enter into professional and graduate schools or directly into the workforce of this great state. Together, you're cause for great optimism. The state of California is counting on your skills, your knowledge, your creativity, and the dedication that you've shown in working successfully toward the degrees that you'll receive today. You will not disappoint. As graduates of Sonoma State University, you've received not only a deep and strong education in your major fields, but an appreciation and understanding of the value of the liberal arts and sciences that are the basis for a rewarding personal life and career. You're very fortunate to have attended such a fine institution. You've worked hard, and you deserve the degrees that will be conferred upon you today. Again, on behalf of the California State University, the Chancellor's Office, and the Board of Trustees, I congratulate you on your achievement and wish you every success as you leave this great university for your tomorrows.
Thank you, Dr. Richard. I would now like to introduce Nadir Visanji, President of the Associated Students, to greet the graduates.
Welcome, graduates, students, parents, and friends to the 2006 Sonoma State Commencement. On this beautiful day, I would like to congratulate these 900 students on their final step in their Sonoma State experience. As your Associate Student President, it was my pleasure to represent you in this past year. Much like college, life is what you make of it. Therefore, your success is impingent on your will to succeed. On behalf of the other 7,000 fellow students not here today, we want to wish you the best of luck and happiness in your future aspirations. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Visanji. Now I am pleased to invite President Armiñana to return to the podium for the conferral of the California State University Honorary Doctorate. We are proud to be conferring an honorary doctorate this morning to a distinguished candidate whose personal achievements, contributions made to the community, and friendship to higher education present a lofty standard indeed.
Thank you, Dr. Stani. Mr. Vadas, Executive Vice Chancellor Richard, may I ask you to come forward.
I'm pleased to read the citation to Mr. Vadas. With an eye for innovation and an invigorating passion for engineering, Leslie L. Vadas has earned a key role in the rise of the international personal computer industry and specifically the phenomenal growth of Intel, the world's largest maker of microprocessors today. Mr. Vadas was a member of Intel's founding team in 1968 and held a variety of engineering and business management positions during his 35-year career with the company. He led design teams that developed some of the semiconductor industry's most significant products: the first dynamic random access memory chip, the first erasable programmable read-only memory, and the world's first microprocessor which is a key component in every personal computer today. I thought you'd notice. Throughout his career, Mr. Vadaz has provided strategic guidance and direction to the technology industry. Elected a vice president of Intel in 1975, Mr. Vadaz has provided Elected a vice president of Intel in 1975, Mr. Vadaz served on the company's board of directors from 1988 to 2002. He helped establish the investment unit Intel Capital in 1991 and served as its president. A fellow of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, Mr. Vadaz has served on several government advisory boards related to technology issues, including the President's Information Technology Advisory Committee and the National Research Council's Computer Science and Telecommunications Board. In recognition of his creativity, leadership, and outstanding contributions to the microprocessor industry and the advancement of technology, the trustees of the California State University and Sonoma State University are proud to confer on Leslie L. Vadaz the honorary degree of Doctor of Science. I got it backwards.
Takes two guys to.
The hooded genius. Congratulations, sir. It's an honor.
You heard the professional accomplishments of Dr. Vadaz. Let me tell you very briefly a little bit about his trajectory. He was 8 years old when World War II came to Hungary in very devastating ways, and he spent close to a year in the Budapest ghetto. Imagine the conditions of that place. In 1956, the Hungarian people, mostly these young men and women, revolted against the communist regime that had occupied Hungary since the end of the war. It was put down by the Soviet tanks. Mr. Vadaz became an exile and went to Vienna as a refugee. There, after a few months, he was allowed to go to Canada. He left with a great fortune, $5. That was $4.90 more than I did when I came from Cuba. He learned English in 6 weeks and then went on to McGill University, where he became an engineer. After that, he came to the United States to work for an American company and soon met his wife, partner, and great companion who's here, who also deserves a great deal of this honor, Judy Vadaz. And the rest you heard about his numerous accomplishments. That is the American dream. That is the American trajectory that many, many others are following. Therefore, Mr. Vadaz not only has a great accomplishment as an engineer and as a businessman, but also as an immigrant. Leslie, would you address your fellow graduates?
Thank you. President Armagnana, Dr. Richards, distinguished faculty, guests, and graduating class, it is a real honor to receive this recognition, and I take it as a recognition that I have done a few things right in my career, but it's also an opportunity for me to address you, the graduating class. We are at a different end of our career. Most of you are just starting out. I've had 42 years of a wonderful professional career and 3 years of retirement that I'm kind of flunking because I'm involved in too many things. But you are here because you have satisfied the course requirements that you've chosen. And if you are lucky, you may even use what you learned in your career. I'm not saying that because I think that you chose wrong in the subject that you learned, but there's absolutely impossible to know which way your careers will take you. You are also here because you have demonstrated an ability to learn new ideas, new subjects. And if you hone that capability, that can take you far. I have been fortunate to be able to use that capability over and over again, and I would like to encourage you to recognize that capability that you have and build on it. I would like to wish you a wonderful and successful career, and I hope you have some of the joys of that adventure of an exciting career that I had. Again, thank you very much for the recognition, and all the best to you.
Thank you, President Armiñana and Executive Vice Chancellor Richard. And warm congratulations to Dr. Valdez. I would now like to introduce our student speaker this morning, Kathy Kiley. Kathy Kiley is a re-entry student who came back to school after a successful career with the goal of becoming a high school math teacher. She transferred to SSU in fall 2004 and immediately started to take on leadership roles. Kathy has incredible energy, and as you'll see, she motivates others to become involved in the math community. In her first semester at SSU, she worked for the math department as a workshop leader and joined the math club. This year, she served as co-president of that club. Under her leadership, the club has become revitalized. One of her roles was to lead a large group of students who participated in Math Congress last October. Last year, Kathy also gave a talk at the Northern California Undergraduate Conference at SSU, and she helped run the event. Kathy and her fellow Math Club officers received several grants from the associated students to support the Math Festival and math conferences. She also helped Dr. Rick Lutman get a grant for the math department's Math Colloquium series. This past semester, Kathy led a pre-calculus workshop and assisted Dr. Edie Prentice-Mendez with her upper division math history class. Something interesting about Kathy is that upon her enrollment at SSU 2 years ago, she immediately moved into the residence halls, living in Beaujolais Village, with students half her age. Both she and her roommates found her life with them most rewarding and enjoyable. Please help me in welcoming Kathy Kiley.
High fives. Thanks, Dr. Stanny. This is so exciting. I can't believe I'm here. You guys excited? Oh, God. Okay, here goes. Distinguished faculty and staff, fellow graduates, honored guests, family, and friends. When I was young, which was a long time ago, the kids in my neighborhood and I would play school. I was not only the teacher, I was the math teacher with capital letters. I dreamt of being a math teacher from the time I was small. But until a few years ago, life often got in the way of that dream. I began trying to get my college degree in the fall of 1982, again in the fall of 1987, and yet again in 1995. I now know I just was not in the right place. When I came to Sonoma State, however, I knew immediately it was the right place at the right time. But even though I knew this was the right place for me, one of the earliest, most distinctive memories happened the day that I moved into the dorms. Yes, I lived in the dorms. How weird is that? To be an old lady. Okay, wait a minute, older. Okay, maybe I should say not quite as young as most everyone there. It was interesting, to say the least. One of my younger roommates, again, much younger roommates, had several of her friends helping her move in. As I walked in with my very first load of stuff, I introduced myself. Hi, I'm Kathy, and I'm in room A. I have to say, being 43 at the time, I expected all kinds of reactions from the kids I'd be living with, but I could not predict what came next. All of their mouths dropped open, and after a few seconds, one of the girls said, "You live here?" And I said, "Yes." And they all looked at each other, and she said, "What do you do here?" Okay, so what did I do here? I was a student. I was a friend. I was a leader. I was one who had to overcome a lot of obstacles just to get here. Life had gotten in my way, and because of that, I developed a deep sense of gratitude for simply being able to attend Sonoma State, let alone to become a graduate. I had to work for it. I had to overcome my fears, and I had to trust that I actually had the abilities I needed to make this happen. I had to ask for help, and I had to be willing to take it. What made this experience distinctive in my life? First, there are the professors and the staff. I've attended several different colleges from Georgia to California, and while they all had highly qualified, knowledgeable faculty and staff, none can compare to ours. They continuously, yes, please. They continuously go above and beyond the call. There was always someone willing to answer my questions, to listen to my problems, to counsel me through my tears, and to praise me in my triumphs. They worked so hard just to make sure I got it, even when I thought that would never happen. Then there is the fact that I lived on campus. As concerned as I was when I first arrived, my roommates all welcomed me with open arms, and they even called me cool. Though it was incredibly hard to be away from my family and friends, to be able to say I lived in the dorms is priceless. The fun, the laughter, and the friendships are also things I did not expect, but they have made this experience as distinctive as any in my life. Being able to make friends with people less than half my age, people who are my age, and even, believe it or not, people older than me here, has been what I will cherish the most. My time here at Sonoma State as an undergraduate has been wonderful, and I am often reminded that I made the right choice to become a student at this institution. I recently had the opportunity to visit a large, prestigious private university that shall go unnamed, Stanford, to attend the Regional Mathematics Association of America conference. As I walked around that campus, I thought about the differences between SSU and other universities. I am grateful I had the chance to attend a smaller campus. I am grateful for the personal attention I received directly and whenever I needed it from the professors and staff here. You guys are going to make me cry. Okay. While there are other prestigious universities, my thoughts return to my experiences here, and I wouldn't trade them for the world. We all have things that make our own lives distinct and unique, but today we come together to celebrate what we have in common. The privilege to say not only that we are college graduates, but to say that we are graduating from one of the premier universities in California. Today I feel that even though my life is half over, in many ways my life is just beginning. I am actually a college graduate. Wow, what an honor. Yay. So words of advice, and I don't give many, so here they are. Be proud of your accomplishments, but also be grateful. Trust me, there are so many people who wish they could be in our shoes. I used to be one of them. Know that you can live your dreams and do what you love, even if it takes a long time to get there. In closing, to our wonderful and amazing faculty and staff, I have often wondered how you put up with all of us, but thanks. To our incredible families and friends, I have often wondered how you put up with all of us too, but thanks. Most of all, to my fellow graduates, I can't believe you guys are all here. There is a line from one of my favorite songs that I never thought I'd ever actually get the chance to say, but I share it with you now. We've spent 4 years prostrate to the higher mind. We've got our papers, and now we're free. So let's go out and distinguish ourselves. Congratulations, everybody, and good luck. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Kiley, for that inspiring message. No, you are not all I am. We are honored to have our speaker this afternoon, someone who sat in that chair where you are not too long ago. Ms. Jeannie Woodford, who is now the Undersecretary of the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. Ms. Woodford was previously the Director of the California Department of Corrections. As Director of CDC, she oversaw the 33 prisons in California and the more than 160,000 inmates. Prior to her work here, she was the warden of San Quentin State Prison and was the first woman in San Quentin's history to be permanently named to that position. One of her goals was help the incarcerated to be responsible for their lives, even if they would never leave the prison. She feels that earning a high school diploma or college degree and learning basic parenting skills benefit the inmate's family and, by extension, the state of California. Ms. Woodford began her career as a correctional officer in San Quentin State Prison and was recruited prior to her graduation from Sonoma State University, where she earned a BA in criminal justice in 1978. She began in the position immediately after her May graduation, and she worked in various positions at San Quentin, including correctional counselor, work incentive coordinator, legal affairs coordinator, and program administrator. She later managed the reception center, North Block, and the Central Services Division, and was the Equal Employment Opportunity Coordinator. In August of 1997, Ms. Woodford was appointed as Chief Deputy Warden, where she was responsible for the day-to-day operations of San Quentin. In March 1999, she was promoted to warden. In 2002, Ms. Woodford was selected as Sonoma State University's Distinguished Alumna for her leadership and rehabilitation efforts within the California State prison system. We're honored that she has agreed to return to Sonoma, her alma mater, to speak to all us today. Janine?
Good morning. Thank you, President Arminiana, members of the Board of Trustees, deans, and members of the faculty, parents, siblings, and friends. Also, thank you to the distinguished graduates of Sonoma State University. I am truly honored to be with you and share this very important day. I must tell you, I'm also filled with optimism as I look out upon this graduating class. I know I am looking at leaders. I know that you are a generation of Americans who are not only concerned about issues affecting the quality of life, you are a generation of individuals committed to facing these problems head-on and doing something about them. You are a generation concerned with the environment, global warming, energy consumption, medical advances, as well as the many social issues that impact our society. I know you are a generation of people committed to addressing issues like poverty, discrimination, crime, homelessness, intergenerational incarceration, and the growing cost of incarceration in America. So let me give you some facts. In America today, we incarcerate 1.4 million people in prisons. Each year in America, approximately 700,000 adults, about 1,900 a day, leave state and federal prisons and return home to our communities. The rate of incarceration for women has increased from 3% of California's prison population to over 6% today. Sadly, 64% of female offenders are mothers. The prison population in California is over 170,000, with another 116,000 on parole. The cost of incarceration continues to escalate. The budget of the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation will exceed $8 billion next year. It is now 8% of the general fund of the state of California, up from 2% just 2 decades ago. There are over 13 million ex-offenders in America today, and according to Dr. Andrew Lum, a Northwestern University researcher, tonight, 5.5 million young people between the ages of 16 and 24 will be homeless, jobless, and hopeless, and lacking the education and job skills to lift themselves from their current situation. These young people will likely spend a significant part of their life incarcerated. We have a crisis. We must ask ourselves, how many generations are we willing to throw away? Tough on crime strategies are proving themselves ineffective and costly. We cannot incarcerate our way out of every difficult social issue. You are the generation that will demand a change. I know the statistics are staggering. However, at the same time, I believe these complicated social issues are solvable, and you are the generation to do it. I was very pleased by a recent article in the newspaper that reflected volunteerism is up by 67% among college students today. Your generation is more concerned, more committed, and filled with the passion to serve. Can service make a difference? I absolutely believe that it can and does every single day. There are so many examples of single individuals impacting the lives of many. I recently read Good to Great and the Social Sectors by former Stanford professor Jim Collins. It is a wonderful book filled with examples of individuals in the social sector improving the lives of many. One example is Wendy Coop, who graduated from Princeton in 1988 with a mission and a passion. She was determined she would convince graduates from leading universities to spend the first 2 years of their careers teaching disadvantaged kids in the public school system. She called the program Teach for America. Ms. Coop obtained a small grant, and 1 year later she stood in front of 500 recent graduates like yourselves, assembled for training and deployment to America's underachieving schools. She achieved this goal by setting high standards for the graduates teaching in her program and by appealing to the desire we all feel to have meaning in our lives. Plus, she defined an important mission: saving generations of young people. In 15 years, this program grew to where more than 97,000 graduates apply to be part of Teach for America, and only 1,400 make the cut. This organization under Ms. Coop's leadership now has $40 million in annual funding. She had a passion to serve and acted on this passion and is making a difference in the lives of so many young people each day. Another example of a single person changing the lives of so many is Mimi Silvert, who runs the Delancey Street Foundation. Dr. Silvert founded Delancey Street in San Francisco in 1971. Dr. Silvert had 4 residents, a $1,000 loan, and a big, big dream. She envisioned a place where substance abusers, former felons, and others who had hit rock bottom through their own efforts would be able to turn their lives around. Dr. Silvert has built a $20 million a year organization serving clients in San Francisco, New York, New Mexico, North Carolina, and Los Angeles. As a result, Dr. Silvert has empowered more than 14,000 people to lead crime-free, drug-free lives in mainstream society. They have acquired work skills, attended college, and are a part of our workforce and our communities. I personally know a handful of individuals from Delancey Street who received college degrees from this university. Dr. Silvert has a passion to serve. She acts on this passion and is making a difference in the lives of many, many individuals. And my final example for you today is one of your own, Professor Barbara Bloom. When I called Dr. Bloom to come help me, she answered the phone. I asked Dr. Bloom to help reform a correctional system that was not responsive to the needs of female offenders. Dr. Bloom has led the way in helping California develop the Gender Responsive Strategies Commission. This commission has structured a female offender reform plan for California's prisons. The reform plan is evidence-based and designed to meet the specific needs of female offenders. The reform plan is designed to foster personal growth, accountability, self-reliance, education, life skills, workplace skills, and family and community relationships for female offenders. Funding to implement these reforms is currently in the 2006-2007 budget being debated in Sacramento, and my fingers are crossed that the funding will be approved. We believe these reforms will not only assist female offenders, but will also reduce intergenerational incarceration in California. These reforms began because of the vision and passion of a small group of people like Dr. Bloom. These reforms now have legislative support and community support. I believe these reforms will be a model for the nation to follow. These reforms will be a model not only because they address the needs of female offenders, they will also be a model because of the partnerships that were created to develop the gender responsive strategies. The passion and commitment of the academic community, the social service community, and correctional professionals created a momentum that caused local communities all across this great state to want to be involved. As a result, public policy as it relates to female offenders is changing to reflect the social science research on housing, program services, and reentry of women in the criminal justice system. These new policies will have a positive social impact in the lives of women and their children, as well as the communities that you and I live in. When I graduated from this university, little did I know I would become passionate about prison reform and rehabilitation of offenders, but I did. I walked into San Quentin State Prison as a correctional officer in 1978, believing I would stay a short time and move on to bigger and better things. I was among the first females to work in the housing units of the prison and one of the few people with a college degree. 21 years later, I was named warden of San Quentin. With little resources, I was able to lead an effort to expand programs through the use of volunteers. During the years I was a warden, rehabilitation was not discussed at the California Department of Corrections, but it was at San Quentin. Rehabilitation was discussed by staff, by inmates, by volunteers, and by the community. People had faith, and people had hope. When I left San Quentin to lead the Department of Corrections, I was determined to bring rehabilitation to the department. In July 2006, rehabilitation was added to our name. A prison reform plan was started. The gender responsive strategies are just one part of this reform. Through my initiative called Right Prison, Right Mission, reform strategies are in various stages of development to design the right program for the right offenders. The focus of the department has been changed to identify rehabilitative programs designed for the specific needs of the offender. The Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation has much more to do, but I believe the right conversations are beginning to occur. It is through this dialogue and the commitment of many that rehabilitation will become a reality. This is the power of a few committed people that have a passion to serve, who act on this passion, and whose work will make a difference in the lives of many individuals. Can you and I make a difference? I believe the answer is yes. I know you are a generation of leaders. I know you are a generation passionate about serving. As a great philosopher once said, we may affirm absolutely that nothing great in the world has been accomplished without passion. The question that you must answer is, what are you passionate about? My passion for reform began because of two things: the values and commitment to social change that has always been present at this university, and my work with offenders at San Quentin. I began to understand the impact of returning hundreds of offenders each week to the fragile communities that they live in. Offenders who suffer from drug and alcohol addiction, offenders who are mentally ill, offenders who lack education and job skills, offenders who had no plan or assistance to develop a plan for reentry, offenders who have children. As more and more programs came into San Quentin, I saw the change in the culture, in the staff, and in the offenders themselves. I saw what hope and caring can do. As my understanding of these issues grew, so did my passion. Your passion must be your guide as you face the crossroads in your career. I wish I could tell you the road forward is clear of obstacles, but it is not, especially for a person who is trying to make a difference in people's lives. You may face situations where many people will disagree with you. You may face times where obstacles seem insurmountable. You may face times when people discourage your passion because what you are proposing is different than the way things have been done in the past. You may face times when people will discourage your ideas by saying they won't be successful, or that the people you're trying to help either don't want your help or worse, are so bad that they don't deserve your help. But I ask you today to believe in yourselves and remember your passion to make a difference, and you will be able to negotiate these crossroads. To have meaning in your life, you must find those issues you are passionate about, get involved, and help bring about change. You can find the passion to help the 5.5 million young people who are homeless today, or maybe your passion is mentoring the children of offenders, or perhaps your passion lies somewhere else. I simply challenge you to find your passion, get involved, and make a difference. In preparing for your commencement, I was moved by the message given by Oscar Award winner Tom Hanks at his address last year to Vassar graduates. His message on that day was as follows: help publicly, help privately. Help in your actions by recycling and conserving and protecting, but also help in your attitude. Help make sense where sense has gone missing. Help bring reason and respect to discourse and debate. Help science to solve and faith to soothe. Help law bring justice until justice is commonplace. Help and you will abolish apathy, the void that is so quickly filled by ignorance and evil. Take these words with you today as you face tomorrow, and don't lose your passion for making a difference in each other's lives. I want to thank you for having me here today. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Ms. Woodford, for those very important words. This year marks the 14th year that I have had the honor of delivering the formal charges to the graduating class. I'm keenly aware of the privilege of my position, as well as the weight of responsibility it entails. Academic life has offered you the opportunity to study and learn, to reflect, analyze, and synthesize, to formulate and test hypotheses. As you leave the world of the university and enter upon the course of your careers, you surely will put your theories to the test. Your new world will likely be more demanding and less forgiving. You will be faced with greater challenges and with more questions than solutions. In the real world, we all learn that our decisions and actions have very real consequences, both practical and moral, for ourselves and others. What it is certain in this very dynamic world is that there is no shortage of important work for the graduates of 2006. What advice can I offer to guide you on your way? I charge you to live a life of learning. Knowledge is a tool for bettering this world. You have developed skills of acquiring knowledge and critical thinking. Continue to hone your skills, to ask questions and pursue sound answers, and to exercise discipline in your work. I charge you to cultivate compassion for others. From compassion comes understanding of our differences and appreciation of our commonalities. Compassion engenders kindness and caring and generosity, the virtues that are the essence of our humanity and the ingredients we need to achieve a truly peaceful, collaborative coexistence. I charge you to become involved in community life. To paraphrase Pericles' statement in the Golden Age of Athens, we do not say of people who do not participate in public affairs that they mind their own business. We say they have no business here at all. We do not achieve alone. We achieve always with others. As citizens, we're obliged to understand the assumptions, ideals, and aspirations of our communities, and to develop the desire and the will to participate in institutions for the common good. I charge you to actively seek and create and teach a life of hope. We must believe that what we think and say and do can make a difference. We're living in a period of turbulence in our economic systems, our political institutions, our social values, and throughout the world. In such times, we can easily become dispirited and discouraged. Our greatest challenge is to keep alive the belief that a better, more enlightened, more humane world is possible. And finally, I charge you to do all of these with a sense of adventure and fun. The faculty of this university has determined that you, the graduates of 2006, are ready to meet these responsibilities. I join them, along with the university administration and staff, your family and friends, and your distinguished guests here today, in wishing you a rewarding future. At this time, I would like to call attention to a particular and significant graduate today. Mr. Wallace Summers, at the very young age of 83, is our most senior member of our graduating class. There is Mr. Summers. Mr. Summers graduated from Sonoma State University and received a BA in History in 1998. He began our Master's in History program in the fall of '99, and he earns that degree today. Congratulations, Mr. Summers. The graduates will now be presented and the degrees conferred. I recognize Dr. Elizabeth Stanny, Chair of the Faculty.
President Arminiana, it is my great privilege to recommend these students who are assembled before you as candidates for degrees under requirements prescribed by the trustees of the California State University and by the faculty of Sonoma State University. Candidates for master's degrees and bachelor's degrees will be presented to you by Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Eduardo Ochoa.
President Arminiana, I am pleased to certify that the master's degree candidates here today have completed all the requirements established by the trustees of the California State University and the faculty of Sonoma State University for the degrees of Master of Science in Biology, Master of Science in Computer and Engineering Science, Master of Science in Counseling, Master of Arts in Cultural Resources Management, Master of Arts in History, Master of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Master of Arts in Kinesiology, Master of Science in Nursing, Master of Arts in Psychology, and Master of Public Administration. Will all master's degree candidates please rise and remain standing?
Candidates for the master's degree, you have heard the recommendation of the faculty of Sonoma State University. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the California State University, I do hereby confer upon each of you who has satisfied the requirements of the appropriate degree of Masters of Arts, Masters of Science, of Masters of Public Administration, with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereupon pertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated.
President Armiñana, the deans of the schools will now present the candidates for the bachelor's degree. I recognize Dr. Saeed Rahimi, Dean of the School of Science and Technology.
Will all candidates for bachelor's degrees in the School of Science and Technology please rise? President Armiñana, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Science and Technology, I have the honor to recommend the candidates for bachelor's degrees with majors in biology, chemistry, computer science, geology, interdisciplinary studies special major, kinesiology, mathematics, nursing, physics,
Thank you, Dean Rahimi. Candidates from the School of Science and Technology, you may now be seated. I recognize Dr. Elaine Leader, Dean of the School of Social Sciences.
Will all the candidates for bachelor's degrees in the School of Social Sciences please rise? President Armiñana, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Social Sciences, I have the honor to present the candidates for bachelor's degrees with majors in anthropology, criminal justice administration, environmental studies and planning, geography, global studies, history, human development, liberal studies, Ukiah, political science, psychology, sociology, and women's and gender studies.
Will all of the candidates for the bachelor's degree please rise? Candidates for the bachelor's degree, you have heard the recommendation of the faculty of Sonoma State University. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the California State University, I do hereby confer upon each of you who has satisfied the requirements the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereupon pertaining. Now, to signify that the bachelor's degree has been earned, you may move the tassel of your cap to the left side. Congratulations. Will all of the graduates please join me in expressing our appreciation to the faculty and staff of Sonoma State University, whose hard work and dedication has helped you achieve this goal. And now please be seated. I would now like to take a moment to recognize the recipient of the Staff Excellence Award. These awards are presented to select members of the Sonoma State University staff in recognition of their outstanding service to the university and its students and faculty. This morning's recipient is Connie Lusader, Assistant to the Dean in the School of Social Sciences. Ms. Lusader is a member of today's platform party. We are pleased to have Ms. Lusader today and to receive her award. Please come forward. Congratulations. Another picture. Thank you, Ms. Lusader. We all appreciate a great deal all the things that you do. At this time, I would like to congratulate the recipient of the 2006 Excellence in Teaching Award. This award honors members of the Sonoma State faculty who has made outstanding contributions to the education of Sonoma State University students through classroom instruction and other activities that promote student learning. Our recipient this morning is Dr. Lynn Stauffer, who led this morning's ceremony carrying the university banner. Dr. Stauffer is a professor in the Computer Science Department. Please come forward. Very pleased to present this to you. And there's a check inside, which is even equally important.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Our candidates have devoted great time, energy, and sacrifice in order to earn their degrees. So that each of them may be accorded personal recognition, their names will be read as they approach the platform to receive their diplomas. We request that the audience remain seated during this special moment for our graduates and their friends and family. We also ask that you hold your applause until the end of the presentation so that everyone's name can be heard. I know. I had to say it. On behalf of the faculty and graduates, I would like to thank Professors Edie Prentice-Mendez and Deborah Kindy for reading their names. The names. We will now present the diplomas. I recognize Dr. Carol Blacksher-Belay, Vice Provost for Academic Affairs, who will introduce the candidates.
Good morning. Will those receiving master's degrees from the School of Science and Technology please rise? Master's degree candidates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Judy Locke. Shabana Rangoonwala Haxton, Masters of Science in Nursing.
Donna Michael, Master of Science in Nursing.
Wendy Gauss, Masters of Science in Nursing.
Mary Papsco, Master of Science in Nursing.
Gloria Weld, Masters of Science in Nursing.
Rosemarie Donnelly, Master of Science in Nursing.
Carla Glassbrenner, Masters of Science in Nursing.
Yunhua Lee, Master of Science in Nursing.
Cecily Unreynus, Master of Science in Nursing.
Larissa Lysak, Master of Science in Nursing.
Barbara Jean McCamish, Masters of Science in Nursing.
Yelena Keisel, Master of Science in Nursing.
Meredith Ellen Eby, Masters of Science in Nursing.
Melissa K. Crumey Hall, Master of Science in Nursing.
Ardley Davis, Masters of Science in Nursing.
Erica Kizada Faifu, Master of Science in Nursing.
Barbara Nuss, Masters of Science in Nursing.
Karen Marie Clark, Master of Science in Nursing.
Andrea Baker, Masters in Nursing.
Linda Diane Thomas, Master in Nursing.
Susan Roster, Master of Science in Nursing.
Kevin C. Halpin, Master of Science in Computer and Engineering.
Savoy Majari Sabola, Master of Science in Nursing.
Wai Zhang, Masters in Computer and Engineering Science.
Emily Nutzel Cotter, Master of Science in Nursing.
Rama Muthakar Ramaswamy, Master of Science in Master in Computer Science. Renato Vescaz Campos, Masters in Computer and Engineering Science. Daniel Lane, Master of Science in Computer and Engineering Science.
Congratulations to the recipients of master's degrees from the School of Science and Technology. Bachelor's degree recipients from the School of Science and Technology will now receive their diplomas. Will the school marshals please direct your graduates to come forward and receive their diplomas?
Amanda Eberhardt.
Scott Conger.
Tracy Lynn Brians.
Patrick Colbus.
Crystal Howard.
Daniel Nicholas.
Isabel Renee Banales.
Logan Z. Hill.
David Paul Stagnero.
Chris Tyson.
Andre Gonzalez.
Ryan McDaniel.
Justin Lee Wiley.
Sherry Phillips.
Christopher Andrew Herrera.
Nadia Vicente.
Abel Alexander Romero.
Lindsay Marsh.
Amilcar Valle.
Eric Michael Janae.
Brace F. Hartwell III.
Holly Hunter.
J. Jordan Jewell.
Julia Miller.
Katrina Kohlermeyer.
Elizabeth Giuliani.
Haley Shellstad.
Joshua Clement.
Anne-Marie Cecil.
Lorena Collin.
Ryan Turner Nelson.
Jaquita Jolie Bucket.
Stephen Crawford Tom.
Jessica Lynn Doran.
Melissa Hanson.
Jonathan McHugh.
Maria Estrada.
Emily Savignard Noguet.
Mariko Leilani Fisher.
Thon Train Lee.
Scott Charles Middleton.
Aaron Russell Moss.
Kai Hamblin.
Wesley Gerald Wills.
Jay Borzheimer.
Yen Din Nguyen.
Travis Slater.
Robert Cunningham.
Elise Ann Wood Tessler.
Summer Perry.
Luke Bohannon.
Megan Wong.
Jeff Schwartz.
Lori Demple Ergubian.
Zach Swan.
Kathy Kiley.
Christopher Michael Spence.
Frank Lawrence Cortese.
Holly Nell Taylor.
Christopher Harrington.
Charles Miguel Alejos.
Aaron David Melgoza II.
Dustin M. Mall.
Jessica Lee Bally.
Christy McGinnis.
Leslie Banta.
Jessica Diane Cutter.
Tara Marie Alfaro.
Tiffany Sujan Marzetti.
Sarah Brecky.
Allison Amy Rambick.
Bethany Gail Gibson.
Jeremy Decker.
Tessa Lee Swift.
Noah Barton.
Don't trip. Krista Blaustein.
David Daniel Rios.
Taya J. Rab.
Tara Colleen Jones.
Natalie T. Cook.
Damian Bruner.
Sarah Holloway.
Jessica Marie Rivera.
Sharon Pauline Winand.
Jessica Ann Hoffman.
Paige Lorraine McKibben.
Allison O'Harley.
Nicole Elise Atkins.
Alyssa Dow.
Cynthia Ann Glaze.
Samal Aspana Williams.
Austin Merrick.
Lisa Rose Darwin.
Stephen Rose.
Scott E. Harris.
Daniel Peterson.
Bonnie Timoney.
Nate Skinner.
Sarah Jane Berlin.
Matthew Peterson.
Sarah Maddie Jo Freeman.
Rory Taylor.
Kathleen Michaela McKernan.
Jennifer Lynn Franciskin.
Stephanie Vella.
Carly Warnicki.
Kelly Justine Anderson.
Matthew Dallas Scott.
Nicole Cothran.
Bryant Overcash.
Michelle Kathleen Ward.
Jacob Van Eppenkatz.
Nicole Lynn Norris.
Thomas Andrew De Gabriella.
Christopher Cupolati.
Lindsay Marie Avner.
Angelique Suarez.
Amy Marie Turner.
Melissa Marie Jenberg.
Anna Lynn Costoni.
Courtney Kayoko Shima Crossan.
Nate John Gillespie.
Allison Kelly Dandridge.
Ryan James Clark.
Jennifer Burbank.
Coco Moore.
Heather Kelly.
Yvonne Votes.
Noelle Hood.
Soakley Tang.
Angela Roxanne Swindoll.
Justin Faust.
Tangi Marcy.
Allison Ray Markham.
Michael Ann Davis Rada.
Dulcie Ray Snyder.
Kathleen Margaret Burns.
Charlene Cabrini Aguilar.
Amy Kovich.
Christine Kilonzo.
Karen Revo.
Brianna Dudzlik.
David Schultz.
Kendra Elisa Cuevas.
Joseph Moharis.
Ryan Lauren Peterson.
Jason Foel.
Jennifer Lene Oshner.
Edie Dawson Yoro.
Mila Michelle Mulvihili.
Anthony Acosta.
Nicole Fry.
Aaron Hahn.
Jade Dardine.
Trevor James Moore.
Laura Margaret Diaz.
Nathan Prisborowski.
Tara Lynn Fallenberg.
Tom Gibson.
Brian Kiefer.
Michael Hatterman.
Emma Jean Webster.
James McGivern.
Jason Arnold.
Alan Whittington.
Brandon Kraus. Daniel Tofina. Brianna K. Rivera. Carlos Gonzalez Morales.
Congratulations to the recipients of bachelor's degrees from the School of Science and Technology. Now will those receiving master's degrees from the School of Social Sciences please rise. Master degree candidates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Patroclus McMahon and Jaya Papaya.
Dylan,
Taking a nap.
Dylan Ross, Masters in Counseling.
Jacob Kemminker.
Andrew Gutz, Masters in Counseling.
Okay. Craig Balletta, Masters in Psychology.
Rachel Kaplan, Masters in Counseling.
Julie O'Neill, Masters in Psychology.
Karen Stocksdale, Masters in Counseling.
Rachel Gardner McKay, Masters in Psychology.
Susan Amanda Schrader, Masters in Counseling.
Glenda Zog, Masters in Psychology.
Sean Ray, Masters in Counseling.
Nancy Haynes Lindsay, Masters in Psychology.
Jennifer Lee Varela, Masters in Counseling.
Aaron Needham, Masters in Psychology.
Nicole Helene Hoyman, Masters in Counseling.
Stacy Cooper, Masters in Psychology.
Karen Bridget Duffy, Masters in Counseling.
Wallace Summers, Masters in Psychology.
Deborah Marie McCollum, Masters in Counseling.
Mark Tolbert, Masters in Public Administration.
Margot Marie Logan Ennis, Masters in Counseling.
Ruth Millicent Rhodes, Masters in Cultural Resource Management.
Rita DeMar Cordova, Masters in Counseling.
Krista Palmer Begay, Masters in Cultural Resource Management.
Paula Lynn Biocalana, Masters in History.
Brenda Elliott, Masters in Psychology Art Therapy.
Christina Jean Stanton, Masters in Interdisciplinary Studies.
Krista Favaza, Masters in Psychology Art Therapy.
John Beal, Masters in U.S. History.
Connie Lorraine Garrison, Masters in Public Administration.
Mary Chapeau, Masters in U.S. History.
Karen Fees, Masters in Public Administration.
Deirdre Sharon, Masters in Psychology, Organizational Development.
Megan Marie Basinger, Masters in Public Administration.
Bradley Stephen Noss, Masters in Psychology for Organizational Development.
Margarita Gonzalez Jordan, Masters in the School of Counseling.
Yvette Garcia, Masters in Psychology, Organizational Development.
Atanisea Malaga, Masters in School Counseling.
Heather Miller, Master's in Psychology, Organizational Development.
Tammy Williams, Master's in School Counseling.
Desiree Myers, Master's in Psychology, Organizational Development.
Grace Kuhn, Master's in School Counseling.
Stuart Campbell, Master's in Psychology, Organization Development.
Lucia Garcia Amanasi, Master's in School Counseling.
Ilona McCullough, Master's in Psychology, Organizational Development.
Moises Ferrandez, Master's in School Counseling.
Michael Duncan Harris, Master's in Psychology, Organizational Development.
Paul Cooney, Master's in School Counseling.
Brenda Joan Kitch, Master's in Psychology, Organization Development.
Jill Woolley, Master's in School Counseling.
Willie L. Hall, Jr., Master's in Psychology, Organizational Development.
Heather Shizu Igochi, Master's in School Counseling.
Congratulations to the recipients of master's degrees from the School of Social Sciences. Bachelor's degree recipients from the School of Social Sciences will now receive their diplomas. Will the school marshals please direct your graduates to come forward and receive their diplomas?
We have to wait for the next group.
Emily Louise Quinoyo Book.
Tanya Johnson.
Maria Galvin Arteaga.
Ashley Lynn Williams.
Lisette Sanchez.
Bonnie Aurora Schleich.
Selena Serpas.
Cassie Ann Beldun.
Manuel Lopez.
Noemi Camargo.
Cirilo Cortez.
Zia Billy Lowe.
Michelle Renee Covell.
Shatay M. Jones.
Erin Fiona Gwynn.
Tanea Rashid Daniels.
Sarah Christine Hudapa.
Natalie Lynn Hall.
Amy Marie Pitchforth.
Jessica Erin Campion.
Renella Gurnay.
Vanessa Spencer.
Nikki Amaro.
Lisa Sigler.
Kayla Marie McGuire.
Chris Davidson.
Cherie Marie Ashton.
Travis Taylor.
Kailash Niels.
Christopher Blake Edson.
Matthew Neal Douglas.
Eric Palma.
Lindsay Simonik.
Lindsay Marie Doros.
Laura Woodcock.
Bethany Pearson.
Stephen Brock.
Matthew Brigham.
Liz Kashani.
Julian James Sabolrobro.
Kaylina Kanapa.
Suzanne R. Lampert.
Alyssa Marie Freitas.
Teresa Sala.
Johanna Price.
Tiffany Jean Parker.
Nicole Dehert.
Kimberly Kellum.
Ryan Michelle Fortney.
Joyce Tota.
Erin Colleen Ryan.
Janine Vieira.
Jennifer Marie Friedrich.
Caitlin Lee Kais.
Melissa Martina Papp.
Carol Duncan.
Marina Bazargani.
Carly Ann Sapilla.
Megan Lynn Acevedo.
Philip E. Corda.
Megan Elizabeth Smith.
Michael Dixon.
Erica Diane Schmeckley.
Patrick Dylan Moore.
Kelly Nicole Greenhaw.
Nima Ameli.
Jamie Lynn Palmer.
Brian Costa.
Maria Tronco.
Jenny Swanson.
Rebecca Alice Lugg.
Trevor Stedman.
Anne Marie Carter.
Scott Nickerson.
Taylor Hockett.
Jesse Hamilton Brown.
Amber Ray Kish.
Bruce Joseph Robbins.
Susan Hargreaves.
J.R. Kaneko.
Yoshiko Koboro.
Susie Murray.
Aiko Yamaguchi.
Wendy Atkins.
Megan Heron. Here.
Omar Pena.
Abby Barkin.
Jenny Jacobs.
Erica Bosky.
Hetty Howerton.
Kelly Bullock.
Joni Gasshorn.
Rochelle Wysek.
Lucas Dillon Reed.
Kelly Jean Irwin.
Jamie Lee Wirtz.
Monique Hernandez Evans.
Andre M. Morand.
Michelle Therese Cook.
Gary Allen Albright.
Christina Louise Welch.
Mark Ashley Roberts.
Leslie Sanders.
Corbett C. Smith.
Gregory Boyersi.
Natalie Marie Mygat.
Joseph Blankton.
Carrie Roberts.
William Chen III.
Johanna Borgman.
Nicholas Paul Ferriola.
Rita M. Hergalian.
Alan Kerr.
Give me the green, please. Thank you.
Lou Brown.
Catherine Reinhardt.
Megan Mattern.
Megan Regina Gallagher.
Brittany Bubian Hack.
Melanie Ann Quinn.
Allison Claire Wolnering.
Terry Lynn Hicklin.
Christina Joy Valverde.
Kate Sarah Tasker.
Laura Lee Hungerford.
Dustin Davis.
Lindsay Nicole Burnell.
Damon Grant.
Spencer Joseph Williams.
Jay Burks.
Bonnie Joy Massey.
Andrew Lauerman.
Catherine Albergate.
Morgan Joseph Miami.
Michelle Stauner.
Luke Eugene Arthur Spindler III.
David Lester Starkey.
Stephen Dietrich.
Mimi Rutman.
Allison Baker.
Adam Stevens.
Nicholas Joshua Lawsey I.
Indio Gofelt.
Lisa Dobias.
Lita Constance Mast.
Jeff Keeney.
Sarah Rose Singer.
James J. Riley III.
Rebecca Ellen Pamela Borland.
Christopher Michael Salvano.
Nicole Marie Hamilton.
Kevin Matthew Christensen.
Rebecca Lynn Morris.
Maribel Ambrisi.
Melinda Marie Martimore.
Jessica J. Jones.
Hannah Leilani Hutchcroft.
Christopher S. Getty.
Amanda Joy St. James.
Janelle Lombardi.
Justin Brian Hollander.
Nikki Johnson.
Fiona McGoran.
Ari Rieger.
Sarah Nolan Commoners.
Adrian Renee Loza.
Armanda Susan O'Connell III.
Christine Nicole Moscow.
Joshua Parker.
Tyler F. Shaw.
Shannon Marie Martin.
Jill Elizabeth Thornton.
Christina Paula Nahas.
Jason Harshman.
Catherine Hewitson.
Megan Virginia Weber.
Lauren Christine Pillen.
Scott Lowry.
Catherine Ruth Beecher.
Jan Samuels.
Mel Borbola.
Bill Norton.
Brett White.
Catherine Helen Burrows.
Jeffrey Henning.
Amanda Michelle Haddock.
Matt Frick.
Lisa Marie Roby.
Heather Sanders.
Kimberly Fortson.
Ryan Worthington.
Roxana Meiswan.
Aura Lopez Diaz.
Amanda Jo Lorman.
Hannah Elizabeth Foster.
Joanna M. Sostak.
Andrea Lynn Barnier.
Sarah Nosan.
Spiro Halikas.
Cole Ryan.
Eileen Michelle Henderson.
Joseph Butwill.
Jenny Lynn Hines.
Brookie Nicole Kappa.
Denise Michelle Lyons Hansen.
Elise Andrea Hefner.
Joyce Miyako.
Brooke Mary Bauer.
Jeffrey Cook.
Raven Lynn Woods.
Adam Jost.
Caitlin Patricia Baumgartner.
Brianne A. Peacock.
Alexandria Nicole Ismail.
Sarah Koshar.
Natalie Umbar.
Angeli Marie Cole.
Catherine Ann Wisman.
Erica Gonzalez.
Amy Nicole Vance.
Susanna Calderon.
Nicole Christine Hyde.
Christina Fuller.
Rafael Perez.
Taryn Osborne.
Ned Patterson.
Kelly Keene.
Kyle Leckleitner.
Shauna Smith.
Andrew David Whalen.
Erica Shiozaki.
Heather Johnston.
Amanda Brisby.
Alyssa Burnham.
Juliana Valenzuela.
Daniel Burris.
Ashley Jean Meredith.
Soren Reynolds.
Rosendo Padilla.
Lorraine Harper.
Michael Lawson.
Rachel Tabor.
David Joel DeRico.
Rosie Goldberg.
Scott Jensen.
Brett Cook.
Christopher Robert O'Neill.
Marisa K. Jorgensen.
Anton William Asin.
Katie Irene Adams.
Star Hendricks.
Megan Elise Adams.
Janice Louise Bears.
Gina Trigali.
Janelle Lee Ingham.
Stephanie DiMartini.
Katie Louise Nestor.
Jessica Varga.
Chantel Christine Pierce.
Franz John Gunnick.
Julie Michelle Haining.
Stephen Clark.
Sarah Louise Hunt.
Anthony Tarantelli.
Kimberly Ann Lylines.
Lauren Partma.
Michelle Newton.
My One Tran.
Kelly Christine DeCosta.
John Maxwell. Morgan Dale. Roderick Sweet.
Margot Elizabeth Hardy.
Leroy Eugene Clarence Bailey. Carmen Jean Harris.
Elena Ziagos.
Sari Knox.
Cassie Alice Sanchez.
Margaret Rose Derrick.
Tracy Biles.
Stacy Lynn McGrath.
Brandon Tarmol.
Kimberly Lene Ratliff.
Brett Forrest.
Sheila Guerrero.
Lindsay Pablo Cohen.
Laura Diane Kirk.
Emmy Nordorf.
Ana Cortez.
Kelly Locke.
Magdiel Yarley Cruz.
Scott Hagmark.
Brian Larson.
Michelle Hardwick.
Andrew Michael Cassetta.
Angela Daniels. Emmanuel Alberto Zamoro.
Miwa N. Smith.
Brianna Shea Neem.
Heidi May Trent.
Ariana Jane Ibarra.
Alex Smith.
Rachel Lee Logan.
Samantha Rose Nielsen.
Angela Rose Infusino.
Carly Nicole Bassinger.
Lauren Michelle Weiss.
Lauren Elizabeth Renz.
Mark Allen Schoeneman.
Jeffrey Travis Kroon.
Cami Veronica Relay.
Liam Donald Cottrell.
Courtney Michelle Tamerlan.
Marisa Danielle Ionoki.
Stephen Michael Frederick.
Laura Susan Oakes.
Sarah Milian Alvarez.
Elizabeth Claire Phillips.
Dorit Yvonne Herrera.
Andrea Marie Gaisford.
Ty Sakamoto.
Ashley Renee Michelson.
Vanessa Ionides.
Heather Marie Roberts.
Lindsay Marie Morales.
Erin Elizabeth Little.
Crystal Yopikas.
Rachel Rasmussen.
Carissa Michelle Roberts.
Katie Fuchslin.
Robin Forrest Margani.
Kelly Farquhar.
Tori Newbern.
Victoria Silberman.
Amy Claire Pitfay.
Allison McDonald.
Catherine Rankin.
Donald Williams.
Susan Campupat.
Jackie Eisenknocker.
Claudia Noel Gonzalez.
Elizabeth Abbott.
Maria Michelle Kugulomas.
Melanie Ann Smook.
Joanna Christine Duenas.
Heather Marie McLaurin.
Allison Deering.
Monica Robledo.
Sarah Randall.
Cassell Tucson Teza.
Carly Beth Schwartzbach.
Allison Brittany Beecher.
Marcy Sarah Enoch.
Elisa Nelson.
Rama Awidi.
Brooke Manconi.
Shirley Johnson.
Karen Bacchus.
Maureen Moe Johnson.
Daniel Frank Berman.
Gina Marie Carini.
Melissa Lopez.
Katie Noel Stevick.
Carrie Randall.
Melissa Planis.
Aaron Michael Pedersen. Azar Savage Adams.
Lacey Cameron.
Justin Cox.
Jennifer Alcacer.
Andrea Cox.
Elizabeth Monica Young.
Paul Stewart.
Ashley Nicole Hansen.
Teresa Greenwood.
Ana Cecilia Escobar.
Anthony Borba.
Lillian Zalea.
Roseanne Janine Ibarra.
Anna Carrillo.
Jan Turin.
Eileen Outen. Nicole Salin.
Carrie Ann Lynn Solari.
Cynthia Sue.
Joanne Marie Deppenbrock.
Marina Michelle Price.
Tanya Dvornik.
Katie Ann Beckley.
Benet Rather Taylor.
Lisette Lynette Jenkins.
Carly Juanita Wapanya Tex.
Noelle Grabler.
Adam Zeus Jacinto.
Amy Hillblum.
Monica Ann Villanueva.
Heather Meir.
Lisa Diane Wilson.
Heather Christine Nicole Ferrero.
Kimberly Rose Onstad.
Roxanne Marie Pumarejo.
Catherine Woody.
Jamie Lynn Escott.
Carol Lynn Hamaz.
Lindsay Wirt.
Jennifer Diane Page.
Matthew Beavers.
Joel Riffle Brogan.
Mayron Elizabeth Mason Beatty.
Melanie Suzanne Barasa.
Natalie Villalobos.
Travis Charles Murray.
Heidi Elaine Miller.
Heather Marie Benson.
Celeste Vogler.
Rebecca Rochelle Borden.
Christine Jean Killam.
Lieutenant Elijah D. Williams.
Kevin Douglas Dorman.
Jennifer M. Fasmer.
Rainey Ladine Dorman.
Kevin Robert Model.
Sarah Emily English.
Samantha Elizabeth Warnick.
John J.T. Epstein.
Michelle Christine Kubat.
Elizabeth Van Horn.
Jessica Kopsky.
Alyssa Faye C.
Ashley Rawich.
Claudia Menendez.
Megan Searcy.
Elliot Collins Hastings.
Sabrina Marie Freitas.
Sierra Marie Nagel.
Tara Marie Collins.
Jamie Lynn Sully.
Emma Louise Moberly.
Lindy Bree Greaves.
Tamara Danielle Hammond.
Heather Marie Greer.
Christine Archer.
Michelle R. Stewart.
Kristen Beth Great.
Nicole Dorotinsky.
Brandy Lynn Simpson.
Elise Nicole Howard.
Kimberly Suzanne Golding-Poor.
Tasha Wright.
Justine Westgate.
Vincent Angelo McCain.
Lindsay Nicole Willis.
Carrie Lynn O'Donnell.
Amanda Renee Russell.
John Ryan Mack.
Vanessa Joan Dern.
Brian Valencia.
Scott David Songer.
Lorena Gregorio Elizares.
Angelica Cruzette Shador.
Jesse Allen.
Kim Linden McGrath.
Jessica Alexandra Archer.
Yulan Wang.
Travis Arthur Byrne.
Derek Damniemeyer.
Jeremy Steele.
Emily Reber.
Leah Angelo.
Leah Marie Clifton.
Erin Marie Miner.
Winifred Catherine Little.
Hannah Schaefer.
Laura Lee Tucker.
Jennifer Ann Waddington.
Jennifer Michelle Mazzotti.
Michaela Colleen Bullock. Amelia Lynn Bow. Amber Lynn McCracken. Erin Marie Wiper. Heather Lee Marshall. Joey Michael Tabarez.
Congratulations to all the graduates here today. It is my great pleasure to introduce music student Nicolette O'Connor to lead us as we sing the Sonoma State Hymn. You will find the words to the hymn on the front cover of your program.
Okay, guys, we made it this far. Sing along with me.
On
All right, thank you for that wonderful performance. The Sonoma State hymn has been with us since the early 1960s, and we are proud to have it as part of our commencement each year. At this point in the ceremony, I want to remind you that the Schools of Science and Technology and Social Sciences are hosting receptions for their graduates and their families immediately following the commencement ceremony. Locations of the receptions are listed on page 20 of your program. We hope you will join us at the receptions on this very special day as we salute our graduates and celebrate their accomplishments. We have now come to the part of the ceremony known as the recessional. This tradition provides us, the faculty, with an opportunity to formally greet the graduates. Therefore, we request that the audience please remain seated until all graduates have left the commencement area. The recessional will terminate in the central campus quad. We appreciate your patience and your cooperation during the recessional. Will the banner carriers please take up the banners? Will the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates please stand?